Yeah.
And the only difference would be
Orchid though a limp, and again, even just with the Orchid, it finally feels like the whole mid game he was not that effective, but in the late game he's at a spot now where he's going to be doing some work, picking off the IO, being a distraction to him, I'm sure, is the key. That flea's been a big part of the success for Test 1, 2, 3, of course, and look out for that Octarine Cortho on Leshrac. Yeah, it's ridiculous. About being a tank himself. Roshan, still a minute and a half before he could spawn. They'll just play the stair game now. See who
Stand
reacts.
off in the mid lane.
That rune spawning, so I wanted to see if maybe a double damage or some kind of rune spawns that would favor them, but not really the case. Just a regen up there. Arcane picked up by Clinks.
Yeah, no bottle left on Flea, so can't really pick up this. Oh, CCNC does have a bottle. Surprised he's not just picking up the regen. Or giving it to Flea to pick up.
Yeah, a little scared, of course. Going out too far. So we have under a minute now before Roshan could spawn. Definitely on the mind of both teams. It would be the third Roshan. Pressure shard included. And this is to move on to the grand finals, which are after this series, guys. Team is waiting to play the winner. Or the Bucharest Minor.
Oh, mid lane.
They caught him, yeah. They caught CCNC. Where's the save? Is it in time? The Yules maybe buys that time. Stampede already activated. The crit's coming in, though. The Soul Rip, it's not enough. He's dead for 2 minutes.
Buyback.
No buyback. The Chain Frost doing so much damage as well. The BKB for Dark He's got a Satanic. The Black Cannon auto attacks. They take out the Sand King right there. They get the kill on PA. She has a buyback. Sand King already did, but the Flat Cannon from Ritsu did a work with an MKB. Death stuns back in there with 3 heroes dead and no buybacks on them. They're going to get sent to our well for a 4th one. It is just Gyrocopter all of a sudden. The catch on Leshrac initially, he was a little too far away from the team.
And they know there's no buyback on at least 3 of the heroes.
2.5 minutes.
So they just go for the end here, I would imagine.
Yeah, they hit buildings hard.
No Leshrac.
They could. There's the tower. They're going tier 4. Yep. Why not? Gyro, he's going to have to hold. He does plenty of damage. He's got a Satanic. Can he even get it off in time to lock down the Satanic? No, the fear! The gaze pull, and he has buyback, though. Him and Undyne are still up. So 1 tier 4 dead. Here's the second one. He still has Satanic. He has a disarm. Needs to use that. The call down comes down. Going to try everything. He gets stunned, though. He's going to get bursted down. That should do it. Complexity's going to the grand finals. And they'll take on Team
Clink
in a best
ends the game.
Lynx did it. Now that was again Leshrac just a little too far away from his teammates.
A precarious position right now because he just blinked in. He blinks to the north. Yeah, there is a Shadow Shaman in the area with Leo as well. Faker wanders into the wrong neighborhood, sees a couple heroes. Immediately the soul bind goes out, does bind the 2 of them. Whereas the abilities need to have something, telekinesis, anything. This bind ultimately does nothing. They do get a spell, shock. That's a level 4 ability. That's not bad. Man, just not enough closing power there. At this point in the game, 15 minutes in, you kind of expect there to be a Yule Scepter on your Death Prophet. Because there's not, because she can't close that distance fast enough, man. That's a big ultimate that, I mean, it's not the longest cooldown in the world. It's just a big opportunity that could have been there. Like, you bind up 2 heroes like that, one of them being the Lina, you kind of expect something to happen. This Sand King is tanking up something fierce. And I don't see any huge benefit of having a core Grimstroke at this stage. Like, yeah, the Aether Lens is kind of nice. Like, this range of abilities is kind of sick. Is he doing anything more so than a support Grimstroke would be doing? Not entirely sure.
Radiant are scanning.
Obs from the Dire does see a lot here. You see the fact that there's a haster on Leo, so you're not killing him. I don't know if they can even kill off Benjez. Dude's got a full Crimson. Maybe Exorcism is good, but that's physical. Oh no, Axe. He does not want to be in the air right now. He does not want to be here. Silence goes off, and the Axe is going to survive for a little while longer because of it. They're going to try to duck into the trees. Now the bind is out. Shock goes onto both of them, but they're chasing, and they're clustered, and now they're trapped by the Serpent Wards, and there goes Faker. Excel still doing some pretty decent damage here, thanks to that Sandstorm, which is maxed out, but he gets dropped by the Laguna Blade. That was not that bad, though, because, again, they kill off a Terrorblade. They're worth not that much, these Dire heroes, compared to the Radiant heroes, so I expect, yeah, this is another nice little gain here from Playmakers. Did Rubik seriously just steal Sandstorm and it did that much damage? It looks like that's exactly what happened. AM very close to that Battle Fury. Does he have it? Courier, come here. That's a Battle Fury. Alright, 17-minute Battle Fury. Not bad with 3 Wraith Bands beforehand, actually. But still, he has a long ways to go. He's currently like almost 2k behind that Terrorblade. He has no stacks to work with, I don't believe. They were all cleaned out earlier. So what you see is what you get, and well, nearby his allies are dying, so that's not good. Needs to try to find some place to farm. Anti-Mage is the king at doing this, mind you. So like if ever there's a time and a hero, it's Anti-Mage.
Radiant structures are
I'm not sure if Playmakers can afford to stall for this amount of time. I mean, clearly the Death Prophet has some serious durability issues. She still doesn't have her Yule Scepter. Grimstroke is good at clearing creep waves. This is really good at doing it. But that's about all they have. Maybe with that and Fade Bolt, it'll be enough. Go ahead and get that tower down. That'll help the Anti-Mage quite a bit. Until this happens, Burrow Strike immediately stolen by Excel. But Sword glimmers out, and that glimmer does protect him from that Laguna Blade a little bit. Burrow Strike does a lot of damage, and that will be enough to get a double kill for the AM with that huge mana void. A 3rd kill as Grimstroke survives Glimmer Cape OP. Yeah, okay, that's what you gotta do, man. Bind up a couple targets, and then use Mana Void on the both of them. That is how it's done. Oh, and unfortunately, Shadow Shaman now chasing an Anti-Mage, so you're never catching him, man. And they're actually being chased themselves because Grimstroke is coming in from behind. Core Grimstroke, yet a very supporty kit. Anti-Mage, Inkswell, no, just a Phantom. Silenced, tagged by the paint, and dead. And also, Burrow Strike goes off on the Terrorblade. Stun lasts a very long time. He does have a Sunder, but he can't get it out. He even had Manta Style. He still can't get it out. And Metamorph is stolen by the Rubik. It's Leo. He is going to get dusted. And he is right under the Exorcism Ghost. But he is so quick with that Yule Scepter. And the Shadow Blade does get tagged by the Stroke, as does Cat. But not enough lethal damage there. All of a sudden, Playmakers have made some plays, and they're up 3k gold.
Radiant are scanning.
Man, I mean, I kind of was being serious early when I said, oh, just Mana Void the 2 of them. I was like being half serious. It's really not that hard to execute. I mean, first of all, the hard part is making sure the enemies don't have mana. I'm pretty sure this calculates independently. So it's like if someone has full mana and if someone has no mana, then, oh, did he get the Glimmer? He did get the Glimmer. They don't have the True Sight. Although now there is no glimmer, so good luck. Oh, they do bind them both up together. Stroke goes through, so they're keeping them out of this fight. Silence goes off onto them as well, but where's the damage? They don't have any damage. They do siphon the Sand King, and he's gonna burrow strike out of there, and it looks like he should be okay. Eul Scepter on the Death Prophet will dodge the LSA. No one will die here. Grimstroke is impressing as it stands right now. And suddenly AM is on top of the net worth chart. But yeah, I'm pretty sure like if you cast this on 2 bound targets, one with no mana, one with full mana, it'll do damage to the one with no mana, but it won't do anything to the one with full mana. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. It's cast independently. Got 2 Glimmer Capes on Playmakers. Of course, this gives you flat magic resistance plus that shield. For WP, gotta respect that Soulbind. They both still do the AoE damage. That's the good stuff. I don't know if... What's this AoE? 500 radius. Bind radius 550. Well, if they're opposite ends of it, that's not gonna work out. Oh, Dunyao is going to get found out here. Look how long that stun duration lasts, and here comes the ink swell. Boom, you're dead.
You should have stuck to swindling.
Hey, I got an idea. Let's get a hero ion shell, except it stuns. That's genius, Johnson. You're hired. AM is going in deep right now. His shield runs out. He has a Mantis style, so he's gonna be okay here. That I don't know why you would do that. Like go over here, up the high ground to try to kill some neutrals. That shit's dangerous, man. How you would do this though? Just start tagging the Sand King, take all of his mana. AM gonna have yo mana. Send him off. Send the enemies running. And Exorcism. Pushing down that mid tier 1. Playmakers are suddenly in the driver's seat right now. They are pretty darn reliant on a good Blink Axe Call and or a nice Soulbind. Just look at this range. Grimstroke, if he wants to Soulbind you, he will.
Radiant's middle tower
I think probably just binding up the Lina, limiting her movement options at the very least. Like keeping her tethered to someone, like your Shadow Shaman or something like that. That'll give them a lot of options in the fight. And of course you could dunk her afterwards or do whatever you want to her spell casting wise. But at bare minimum, just having that long range, you're not going to move where you want to move type of ability. I can see the benefits, man. Like, look at this cast range. Look at this. I am zoomed out so far. That's on all of it. Like, look at this. You can cast miles away. Can get pretty nutty with that Ether Lens and that cast range talent. And you get even more cast range at level 20. I want to see that just because I think it'll be hilarious. Is there any true sight here? Because there's an invisible Lina. Lina is hunting anti-mages. LSA off of Invis. I don't know if that's going to do enough damage. Like 40% additional magic resistance from counterspell. That's a lot, man. If you don't immediately get the kill, you probably won't. Oh, okay. Well, that's a little bit awkward. LSA does land. That seed did nothing. Run, Leo, run. Oh, did he sidestep the LSA? The Dragon Slave, rather? I don't know if that hit him. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter at all, actually.
Radiant are scanning. Dire are scanning.
Okay, Faker's in a pretty rough spot. So at this point, with both Plate Mail and Ghost Scepter, and he's got a couple of defensive options on him. Plus he has an entire goon squad right on the high ground. This is really dangerous for WP if they push this. This is not a place where they want to be. Don't go up there. Wait for the enemies to come to you. Or just go poke out in lane and then get jumped by a blink call. Get silenced. Call. The burst damage is going to be enough. It should be. They both get lifted with the telekinesis, but they're still alive. The dunk doesn't do it. And now Faker is caught the ward trap. The axe gets turned around upon. He's down in an instant. Another stroke of bait goes right through both of them. The Rubik is trying to hide in Sandstorm. Not going to happen. It's the Death Prophet who's in a lot of trouble. And Silence comes out, but it's a little bit too late to really give aid. As the Anti-Mage is finally going to arrive, tries to go for Benjaz. And it will do a lot of damage. Kills off Dunyao, and Benjaz will fall as well. End up trading even, surprisingly enough, as Anti-Mage waits till the final hour to participate. That was a very messy initiation from Playmakers. not being able to land that blink call right off the bat when he's in the creep wave Terrorblade, that really cost them. But it is still going to be a very even trade, seeing as though it's just a handful of, you know, supporty heroes being traded back and forth. Plus, Anti-Mage was farming the entire time, so dude has so much gold. He's plus 5k now over this Terrorblade. That's just disgusting, man. With Butterfly very close to being complete. At that point, I don't think Lina can really do anything about this guy. Like, your spells aren't doing it. Your right clicks are going to be missing. You probably won't get any accuracy anytime soon. She's going for Lincoln Sphere. Plus, you know, double life. Pretty good. This Roche is so dead. Playmakers definitely impressing with those couple of mid-game plays back then. At this point, the Anti-Mage is ready to start running the show. Especially once he gets that Basher. You're looking at very easy assassination power onto the vast majority of these WP heroes. Like, maybe Terrorblade you won't be able to kill off very easily. But you don't have to. You just blink away and you can't do anything to stop you from doing that.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Everyone else is in a lot of trouble if the Anti-Mage gets on top of them. We're going to go for a little bit of a tower push. Mid lane is pushable, but they're going to say, screw that. We're going to go for high ground. And it looks like with this damage output from Anti-Mage, you're getting a free tier 3. I mean, getting free towers is always good. Oh, here comes the Soulbind. 2 heroes silenced. Immediately, the Phantoms are going to get taken out. Now the Axe have jumped in way too far. He's going to get Glimmered, so he's going to reduce a lot of damage, but that's just buying space, because Faker's Spirits are doing the damage versus the range racks. Anti-Mage as well. He is going to have a blink out. He's going to be just fine. Spirit's still in the air, and with the strokes coming in, I don't think WP can chase. They don't get the melee racks, but they do get a free range racks, which at this point in the game is still worth quite a bit. Really what's important is that they were able to get that free tier 3, which, I mean, gives you gold, obviously, but gives you the shrine access. Probably most importantly, you don't get free tier 3s like that. You're not supposed to. Look at this guy go. It just seems like WP are stuck in like quicksand or something. They're moving so slowly around the map compared to what Playmakers are doing. They are going to look to maybe set up on Excel. Nope, too late. He's out. Ryan's still alive though. Ryan's Anti-Mage kind of skipped that, because he doesn't really have much vision on the enemies. You can see the downside of having this much range. You can initiate from wherever. Your allies, not so much. Look at this. This is so disgusting. So much range. Oh my god. Anti-Mage finds himself caught. Can't get the spell shield off, but he has an Aegis. Now Soulbind. Phantom's coming in. Anti-Mage is going to turn around and just go to work on the Shadow Shaman. There he goes. Call out to 2 as well. And one of the Terrorblade. He's out of mana. He can't sunder. He's going to get dunked. And now the Death Prophet's charging in. They found the Dazzle. No grave there. Benya's going to get lifted out of his TP, and he's going to die as well. Oh, no. That is a series of hugely painful blows delivered by Playmakers. God damn it. My apologies for the droppage. It should be back in about 20 seconds. It's okay. But yeah, that's Terrorblade. Completely out of mana. Sunder. That mana cost a bit of Faker in a little bit of trouble though. He's gonna have the Yule Scepter by him a little bit of space. Anti-Mage is gonna jump right in onto the Shadow Shaman. They will maybe lose Death Prophet. No, alive. Axe jumps in as well, straight onto the Lina, and she's gonna get dropped very low, but onto the Terrorblade. He's the most important hero right now. He's gonna try to man fight the Anti-Mage. Does bring him down, but that's just the Aegis. Leo and Cat, they're both gonna get away here, and the Anti-Mage immediately is gonna pop right back up and get ink swollen out of there. Exorcism on the Death Prophet, though used, is probably gonna get her back to full. Yeah, he's not quite durable enough to make that play. They are gonna move forward. This Anti-Mage, Burrow Struck. He's just jamming that counterspell button. He's gonna get sundered for a little bit of damage. It's not bad, but they just don't have enough. Where's They need the Lina to do that. Lina's off hunting axes over here. Drops her entire payload into the axe. At this point, he's a Crimson. He's not an easy kill. But with the Burrow Strike to follow up, they should have him. He's still just a support. So, I mean, 300 gold is not bad. But considering the losses recently... Drum roll. Considering their losses recently, it's a little bit more is needed. The AM is fat as hell. These supports, I mean, Aether Lens on Shadow Shaman isn't doing anything right now. Like, I can cast my spells from super far away. There's an anti-mage in my face and I'm dead. Well, shit. And this Terrorblade is pretty fat right now. If they're able to keep getting him in the calls, keep burning his mana, you can just wand and sunder. I don't think there's really any way for playmakers to get around that except for just, you know, some of their many silences. To play around that Manta style a bit. I mean, if you're, no, can you 20 times 15, 125? Okay, it is enough, so you can stick Manta Sunder. It is going to be enough mana to do that from just the stick. So if you can do that, then that should keep you safe. But you also have to worry about the back and the call and the telekinesis and all these other things. And Lina has just a shadow reform herself. I mean, she still has a 3k advantage over the Death Prophet. It just doesn't seem like that really matters that much at this point. She's able to dump some serious bombs onto any given target, but between Yule Scepters, the double Glimmer Capes, how much magic resistance does this give? 45%? If ever there's a game to get Aghanim Scepter on Lina, I think this might be it. Like, you got to get through that. You don't have to do this, obviously. But by doing so, you get around the anti-mage magic resistance, you get around these Glimmer Capes. It still might not be, like, the best build in the world. And, I mean, that's fine, because it probably isn't. But if ever there was a game, this would be it. This would be it. Or you just kill them. I mean, just going for a whole bunch of damage with MKB is pretty good also. There's a butterfly on anti-mage. Only 1500 HP, although with BKB, it's closer to 2k. Pushing that level 25 talent. I wonder what he's actually going to go for. There is a lot of value to be had by additional magic resistance here. But Mana Void cooldown, 20 seconds. You can drop it whenever the hell you want. Dude is getting a lot of experience. Terrorblade, he's level 18. Lina's level 19. Oh, good. Everyone's leaving. Everyone's leaving me, guys. At least you guys are still here with me. Twitch chat. Press 1 if you think WP is going to recover. Press 2 if you think playmakers have this in the bag. Reminder, winner goes to the grand finals tomorrow, so they only have to play one best of 3. Loser has to drop down to lowers, and they have to play at least one best of 3 tomorrow, but 2 if they want to qualify. So tomorrow, 2 best of 3s for the loser, 1 best of 3 for the winner. Wonder what this... Wait, this isn't accurate gold. God, I don't know how much gold the Terrorblade has. Does this work? Isn't there a gold? Current gold. Oh my god. So the Terrorblade has 1800 gold. Magic immunity, how good is it this game? You probably just bulk out. You could go for magic immunity. It won't be the worst thing in the world. I wonder what this Grimstroke is going to do. He had Scythe of Vice queued up. He still does. I have not seen anyone, by the way, build where is it? This. I haven't seen a single person build this yet. I'm not really sure when you do build it. Like, you need a lot of healers on your team. But if you have a lot of healers on your team and you want to be like the one to receive those heals, usually you're a pretty important hero, and that means usually you have bigger items to buy. So you need to be like, okay, let's look at the hero pool. Let's see who can actually make good use of it. Like for instance, Alchemist, like you want to be healed up a lot, right? You want that, but you're not wasting 2,600 gold on a holy locket. That's just pointless, man. Just not going to do anything. I mean, it is maybe like a Chen kind of thing. Let me see if there's any like additional text on Holy Locket. See if there's any things that I'm... Where the hell is it? Holy Locket. Okay. It is sourced from the owner of the item. Oh, I can see it on IO. I did misread this a little bit. I can see it on IO. That's about it. Do you get more like beast damage from Lifestealer? That could be kind of cute. Everything else is blech. I can see it on Chen and IO, I think. Everyone else, like, the recommended heroes according to the wiki is Abaddon. That seems like a terrible pickup because there's so many other items you can get. Chen is worthy, I think. IO is worthy. Omni Knight, just to increase your purification, that's not gonna do it, man. That's not gonna do anything. He does have a repel replacement nowadays. That's like a status resistance repel instead of a flat repel. Other heroes recommended: Phoenix, yeah, right. Oracle, I could see that being okay, but not... I could see that being okay. Warlock, that's stupid. Holy Locket on Winter Wyvern, that's dumb. Yeah, Oracle, Io, and Chen, these three heroes. This one item built for these three heroes. At least there's that. This is one of the two new items. The other one being this thing, which is like just a stopgap item. Oh, Excel wants to go to McDonald's. You know, I'm pretty sure like McDonald's in other countries isn't quite as bad as in US. You would think US just has the best fast food. We have like the origins of all the best fast food, like BK and McDonald's and stuff. But then they just like tank their quality, and their quality is still really high elsewhere. Like I'm pretty sure like all the European countries have BKs in every corner, and it's actually not bad. Oh, this is actually another new item. I forgot. Crown. It doesn't do anything. No, it does nothing. But yeah, fast food here kind of sucks. Feels bad, man. There's some good places, but it's like you gotta... It's not quite like as fast food as fast food is. Oh god, everyone's disconnecting. Please release me from this hell. I'm okay casting long games, guys. I'm okay going the distance hour-wise, but I have to be casting Dota in the meantime. Sitting here and talking about nothing is too painful for me. Please come back. Let's see who we also haven't seen at all. Let's actually go to the page update, see who got changed, and see who's just not getting played. Omni Knight is one of them. Just dude is dead. Dude is super dead. Baden, yeah, he's just not a hero. Bane with that like minus status resistance enfeeble whatever. Like I've seen one Bane. He just got his face handed to him. Beastmaster got changed and he's being played. That's kind of cool. I like Beastmaster. Bloodseeker, dead hero. Bounty Hunter, not a hero at all, which is weird. Everyone is like, wow, we steal gold from people. That's insane. I'm just not picked. He's just never picked. I've seen 0 of him. Centaur Warrunner might have had the best rework. He probably has. Just because, I mean, it's still kind of similar to how he was played before. Spells act a little bit differently, but overall it's the same kind of thing. Chaos Knight. Yeah, I don't know about this guy. Chen. Pretty sure he's garbage. Clinks. Haven't seen any of Clinks. Getting that burning army thing. Haven't seen any of him either. Dazzle. Okay. No, Dazzle. Okay. No, not Centaur. Dazzle easily got the best end of the ability rework stick. Seen a couple of Dooms, but not me personally in the caster's chair. Seen no Faceless Voids, I don't think, but a whole bunch of Faceless Void bans. I think he certainly is powerful. You just got to make him work. I'm not sure about Huskar. Keeper of the Light is decent. Oh yeah, Lich. I'm just seeing all these heroes that I just completely forgot about, even though I see them all the time. Lich, Lone Druid, like these are some really nice heroes. Magnus didn't really get reworked. He's still kind of the same thing. He's just good. Naga Siren I'm not really impressed with. OD is okay. Yeah. Sand King throwing, easy game for Playmaker. It's gonna be a really easy game if they don't come back. Wonder if there's any way for me to like keep this up. Or oh, there it is. I didn't know I could do that. I have that bound to my vertical line slash button that's above the enter key. So I always press that if I want to see the scoreboard. I didn't know you could actually just press that. Also pretty sure like it's F5, yeah. Alright, so we're getting to the point where we're past delay and we ask the question who's gonna win. We have 2 twos, which is Playmakers. And everyone else is just easy 2. 3 Cuckoo. You know, I think Valve actually got off pretty easy. I think they're pretty fortunate that TNC, the organization, fumbled their management of what Cuckoo did so badly. Because if they did everything right, or everything like they should have, like copied what Complexity did, like exactly, then like if they still had that problem, then Valve would be in so much of a sticky situation. Like they wouldn't have a good option. It's either like alienate your Chinese audience or risk like some other random schmuck pulling stuff in your tournament system. Lose, man. But they had an easy out. They're like, well, TNC, you done goofed, and we're gonna penalize you because of it. Yeah, the fact that they had that out to just punish TNC, and that was reasonable. Like TNC did some really unsavory things there. Like, come on, you're gonna really mess with like what happened instead of just issuing an apology and saying, yep, that's it, we're sorry, bye. All right, guys. How do I get rid of this? Get rid of it, please. Okay. What did they say? A whole bunch of stuff. How much time do you need? 15 minutes. All right, guys. I'm gonna kick you over to the wait screen. I gotta go to the bathroom. If we're sitting here all day, so I'm gonna kick you to the wait screen, play a little bit of music, and we'll be back in just a little bit. Because waiting for WT to reconnect. Because I'm running out of BS to talk about, and I've been going for like 9 hours.
Oh, that is too good.
Excellent idea.
Can be active early on, but she's not necessarily looking. Like we talked about yesterday when she did this, when Ryo played it, got the Desolator at least first, and then he started getting really active. So Deso is a bit away. Only 400 gold saved up. He only got the Blightstone. Needs both Mithril Hammers. Again, Quick Math says, yeah, he's still pretty far. So very good tempo from Complexity and doing exactly what they need to be doing in this game, it feels like right now.
Yep, Limp going for that. What seems to be a now classic Glimmer Cape follow-up to the Aether Lens. Likely to head into Tranquils and a Dagon afterwards, but has been found here. But Oracle backup.
Soulbind is up. False Promise, though. In comes a double Chain Frost. It's going to bounce back and forth. The False Promise going to keep them alive. And for now, Furon in. And I think Limp is dead. I was going to say. I don't think he's surviving that False Promise. So, Rax, good
double
kill.
Chain Frost is nuts. It's
It is.
so strong.
Yep. Malphus as well was up, I believe, on them. So, yeah, it's they got. There was a Grimstar game earlier where we're like, yeah, the synergy's not really. This game's different. There's plenty of synergy with that.
Death has Ravage.
Running in.
Oh, get silenced.
Well, silenced up. Has to kill the Phantom's Embrace. One more auto attack, and they just run away. So prevents the Ravage from being used. It was just a Rubik and Oracle there, although Oracle has level 4 Purifying Flames. He does have plenty of burst. But doesn't even get the chance.
Brax has a full pipe, queuing up the Blink Dagger next.
Go in the pipe party.
Team doing a good job of just kind of retreating and securing a very small area that they can control. They have good high ground and vision here. So, not in that much of a dire spot. Still only 2k behind.
Look what Rubik stole, by the way. He got the Soulbind.
Ooh.
I'm wondering, is there much on their team, though? I guess Purifying Flames is okay. I mean, it doesn't really feel like their team actually has the greatest follow-up to it, unfortunately.
And he's got a Soulbind and then steal something else.
Is under attack.
Double Decrep on top of another Blast, I guess what's that? Yeah, if he wants to use this Ravage.
Double life drains are very strong.
Oh, yeah, I guess, yeah, that's actually a good one.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
But, yeah, every time Death goes in, you see right there, the Phantom's Embrace comes out, so even with the Blink, unable to find his angle. And that's a hand of minus now for our Corden. So again, the longer it takes Complexity to break out a big fight and take advantage of that Ravage, more space created for our Corden.
Pipe protecting the tower for one more Nether Blast. Just annoying Limp here.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Does have the Glimmer Cape complete. Roya is closing in on that Deso. Still needs one more hammer.
It seems like Complexity got a bit distracted, honestly. Like, they spent a lot of time up here at that tier 1 tower. And both PA and Arc Warder were just free farming this whole bottom jungle that whole time. But they're moving now.
It's one of the reasons why you often don't see this tier 1 top being taken. Just because it's the easiest tower to defend for Radiant. And we saw it there. Like, they didn't really have to expend very many resources just to make Complexity spend a huge amount of time.
They're coming to bottom though. Soulbind is going to wear off here for Rubik, unfortunately.
Pretty telegraphed smoke, but there is a blink dagger on Death. However, unable to find anybody. And another fruitless rotation for Complexity. And there's no tower down here, so actually this movement is pretty bad because there's no tier 2 to take. They just relocated themselves to an area where they actually can't do anything other than farm, but the jungle's already been taken by Arc Warden.
Who is all of a sudden just about tied with Terrorblade, who's also been free farming. He's been doing that this whole time in his own jungle as Miracle, as this team has been going around creating space. So I'm liking Team more and more as this game picks up here with how it's evolving. Desto almost finished on Phantom Assassin. In fact, it's coming out, right? Double Mithril? Yeah. So PA has the Desolator now. Level 13. Top level in the game with their teammate Arc Warden and the Terrorblade.
Yeah. Blink is done on Z-Freak. Just went straight Blink Dagger after the Arcanes. Limp continuing to blast out the wave and the towers. Brax is getting pretty close to that.
Soulbind, the double chain frost
Ravage.
bouncing back and forth once again. Brax just still has that black hole. You mentioned the Ravage saves him initially. The chain frost, that's gonna kill Terrorblade though. After the false promise finishes. So the Ravage stalled initially, but it didn't matter.
Yeah, really good Ravage by Death. Counter initiating, but this Soulbind plus Chain Frost combo is just way too strong right now. Complexity has to have BKBs if they're going to fight into this, and they are nowhere near them.
No. And Rubik gets pulled in too. Good find there once again for Team. 2 heroes dead. They're thinking about Roshan, it seems like.
Yeah, it should be a pretty easy Rosh. There's no Ravage, there's no team fight, there's no Metamorphosis. And Team are on another level right now. They seem to just really kind of be in sync with each other, making very good calls.
Yeah, it goes back to yesterday. Really praised them for that, and continues here. The early laning phase looks so good for Complexity. All 3 lanes really won by their cores, and that transition though, they didn't do enough to address both the Phantom Assassin and the Arc Warden especially. Got a bit too distracted. We mentioned the double chain frost a couple times, been a huge issue to deal with. And that's not changing. And now you throw a black hole on top of that. In fact, once Enigma gets to BKB, I go back to that point, he will not be stopped. Already having the blink, of course.
Now this Tide Under is probably going to die here.
Wow. Really far up. Good find there.
Not sure what Death is doing up there. The rest of his team is nowhere even close to that, and Tidehunter, he's not the best split pusher.
Logan was trying to farm Blink Dagger. Terrorblade though, is he ready to fight yet? Really?
No,
he is working on BKB.
Roya, this ability is,
yeah.
You should not be able to walk that close to people without them seeing you.
The range, yeah. I'm hovering over Blur right now, and it makes you realize that's how close he has to be exposed.
Like, either just call it invisibility and have it be detectable by sentries, or have it be the range that smoke pops at. Because they define it as like smoke in the patch notes, but it's definitely not like smoke because it's way better.
Yeah. And you can hit creeps and not be exposed. Yeah, it's a smoke on, well, yeah, you get the point. Very powerful smoke. Anyways, Ryoya, level 15 now. Big go that minus armor, the minus armor corruption here, -3. Go with that Desolator, so talk about hitting extra hard. Mentioned Terrorblade. BKB, but again, you still have Black Hole. You still have that physical damage of Phantom Assassin that's going to be very real into him. It just doesn't feel like the BKB is going to be that answer that it usually is.
Yeah, and Complexity is definitely stalled out. It shows in the net worth, which is now favoring Team, and Complexity. I mean, they need to be pushing towers like that. That is what their team does with this Pugna, with this Terrorblade. They don't scale very well, other than the Terrorblade.
Rubik doesn't have anything stolen currently. Gain Supremacy is leveling up though, now level 2. There's the bots finished, however, on Arc Warden. Level 1 Necro. There's the Maelstrom and a Midas. But yeah, the bots especially is what really started accelerating this hero. And him and Terrorblade keep fighting.
Boy is gonna find Limp. His smoke, quote unquote, pops.
Blink, so Glimmer into blink away. And Midnight Pulse, very good for, of course, just destroying the trees and trying to find him, but a little too fast.
And BKB is coming for Brax.
Yeah, man, they've had this blink so long on Haidon. They got a very early time blink, but they just have not been able to use it. He's only used it once, and that was that save attempt that was good, but it didn't even matter. Terrorblade still died.
Yeah,
another opportunity.
They really need a pipe, and the fact that nobody's building one is pretty concerning. It seems like if Tide, instead of rushing the blink, maybe went for the pipe and mech, they would have been able to actually walk down a lane, but they can't really team fight against Team.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah. They put the ward behind the tower. They find Rubik sitting there waiting to maybe deny it. Ryuya just jumps in and 2 shots him instead. Top lane, Arc Warden. This is it for Complexity. They're going to try to use it now. I mean, it's worth a Ravage, yeah. Get the kill, absolutely.
And TP's coming in. Death in no man's land.
Yeah, no Ravage means now Death is in trouble. He's going to go down. Meanwhile, Phantom Assassin killing off the illusion. Oh, I got Pugna.
He has Aegis, so he doesn't care.
Yeah. I didn't even realize that Pugna was still hanging around that long. 343 is going to make it out just barely in time, but they end up getting 2 for that Arc Warden.
Super not worth it. They get no towers, they get no map pressure, and they now don't have a Ravage for 2 minutes. Well, Team has Black Hole and a BKB on this Enigma in 800 gold. PA has her BKB flying out currently on the Courier. She doesn't care about Ravage anymore for the rest of the game. Doesn't care about Pugna anymore. Aegis does time out, but this MKB on Miracle cannot come soon enough.
Yeah. I mean, this is the problem with Tidehunter, though, where we're definitely seeing, again, very reliant on the ultimate compared to a lot of these other offlaners like the Sand King, a Centaur, or whatever. It's without Ravage, he's not nearly as intimidating. Jumping in. So, having the blink, it's good and all, but 65 more seconds before that's back up, and this tower, you see Death just jumps in, but what is that going to do? Anchor Smash to get some damage, sure, but he might die because of that. Okay, the Decrep will keep him alive.
So much damage on this tower.
Add that bubble, Decrep disarming. On the PA, they will still get the tower, though. You see bottom lane, Terrorblade was putting some pressure down here, but he's going to TP back as now Team's falling back. Death going in. Again, no Ravage. Can't stop him.
Jesus, they really need to get some other items that provide any amount of control. They can't rely just on a Ravage and stolen spells.
That really is what it is, isn't it? It's just Rubik and Ravage. I guess Fortune's End too, remember, but that's a channel.
I believe it was Kyle who kept harping on it at the major. Just draft stuns. stuns are good.
They are.
But yeah, this banning out of the offlane pool proved to be very impactful this game because, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If you compare this performance of Death on the Tidehunter to the Axe, it's like completely night and day.
Yeah. Axe Mike is hunting up here, but I mean, by himself. I was gonna say somebody's TPing in.
Limp nose, he's caught though.
Wraith, Glimmer Cape TP, he's out. Bit of a distraction. It out though. Terrorblade. Demon Edge now picked up.
Again. Just like he was in that other game. He's just walking around invisible. Sorry, smoked.
Ricky Invis essentially. Terrorblade does finish a MKB. Okay. He's kind of going his own glass cannon style with the BKB death. He's trying to tank this damage enough. Decrep comes out, will save him a little bit, but Glimmer Cape is more of the save and allows him to blink away. Great escape from Tide. With some team support there, and again, he has Ravage, so that's a pretty good save. However, the Shrine is probably dead.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
Yeah, still doesn't feel too good as a Tide Hunter. You're supposed to be this big beefy hero, and you're running away from every fight. It feels like. Almost has the Greaves, which will help a little bit, but the burst damage from the PA is going to be insane. Pugna has a Hex queued up. Man, I really would have liked to see that Dagon, but...
You were just talking about lack of crowd control, though, right? So
it's true. Yeah, the Hex is... I mean, it's never a bad Hex game.
But the fact that he has to go that, it does feel bad, because, yeah, Dagon this game would have been really nice with all the enhanced damage. They're going to run into Grimstroke, but... Oracle's the one that's caught. He's silenced up. The Crab saving him. Here comes a Ravage in response. Venom Assassin gonna get low. Venom Assassin, BKB pop, but it doesn't matter. Too much damage. However, the double train frost once again. BKB for Miracle, keeping himself alive. Death is bouncing back over. That BKB is gonna be wearing off in a second. Death is gonna die. That's so funny.
Miracle tanks them.
He tried to run. He couldn't. But complexity, that's more like it.
It's all right. Ravage is expended. Team still has Black Hole. Brack has been very patient with this, and Complexity needs to be extremely careful going in.
Good, the Tempest double might kill the Courier. It does. The Ghost Scepter on it going to be destroyed for now. Tempest double, drain life just used on it. They will kill it off. Yeah, Sandy, look at he's setting up the Spark Wraith trap as well. Somebody runs up there. It's going to hurt. Giving up around the area, though. Phantom Assassin's up in about 10 seconds. Roshan is up on top of that. Perhaps Team is trying to eventually do that at this point. Frost Shield stolen by Rubik, by the way. He has that to throw on his teammates.
Pretty good ability. Put it on the Tide. Middle of a fight. But yeah, they're definitely just gonna continue to control this area and the Roche Pit. They do have the Black Hole, as we said before, and there is no Ravage for another 60 seconds. Sammy Boy just in the pit.
Yeah, without Ravage, you can't fight. It's a broken record here, but Team is very aware of that too, so free Roshan. So you just cheese and look to push into the base with that, and they've only gotten the tier 3 mid so far. Of course, Ravage will be back up.
This Tide hero feels so bad when you're behind.
Yeah, it does. Arc Warden, Bull Mjolnir, excuse me, has a Scythe coming up as well for Arc Warden even. That's his follow-up.
Roya has a Basher. Closing in on that Abyssal Blade.
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
Limp trying to cut the wave, but he's not going to be able to actually do it. Sammy Boy sends the double to the bottom lane to deal with the Terrorblade illusions, and they take over the secondary shrine.
Dire's bottom shrine has fallen.
You know, we haven't even seen a Black Hole yet.
Nope.
It's not been needed though, of course.
Radiant are scanning.
That's just the fact that he's holding it is doing more work than actually casting it.
It's fair, yeah. More about the scare of the Black Hole than the actual use. Mentioned that before. Or activated Ryoya. It's going in. The Freak is gonna get caught with this. The Inkswell doesn't even need it to proc. Easy kill.
Has double damage.
No buyback either. Yeah, he's going for more. The Soulbind's up. Doesn't even matter. Pugna's dead as well. That's 2 dead. Pugna will be able to buy back at least.
343 is out in the middle of nowhere, trying to find his way home. He's toast.
Yeah, he's not gonna find his home. Purifying Flames initially, Fate's Edict. I mean, he's gonna stay alive a little bit, but nope. And they just got caught a little too spread out. PA loves that. So Complexity gonna hide in their base again. Death again has this Ravage. Talked about still no black hole even used yet though. You know Team's just going here. Aegis cheese.
Now Ravage is killable, but kind of feels like Complexity has one fight left in them, and they have to get a huge amount out of this Ravage, otherwise the game's just over.
Oracle's dead for 40. I mean, they're gonna be fighting 5 versus 4 no matter what right now.
Terrorblade is still strong with the MKB and BKB, but again, this black hole, it seems like as soon as he pops BKB, Brax just black holes and the game is over.
Yeah, no, but again, he's relying on Oracle. That's the problem too with this build. He's definitely relying on having that Oracle teammate up to save him because of his quote-unquote glass cannon style. But you know what? They are going to hold the tower, actually. They do a good job of that, fortification and everything else, and they don't need Oracle, essentially.
This is kind of something that we saw yesterday also. A team that I've definitely seen play very YOLO at times, but yesterday they played very controlled, very disciplined, and they're doing it again today, not pushing their limits too far. They know they have the better late game. They know they have the better team fight. They're just going to make sure that they only take good fights and continue to outscale Complexity.
19,000 net worth lead right now in game 1 of this best of 3 grand final matchup. Manta Style just delivered a Terrorblade. So again, his inventory, look at it, that is pretty farmed. Arc Warden has now surpassed him by a fair amount. That Scythe finished on him. And they're going back to the top lane. This time, yeah, Complexity is going to be late to get here.
Dire's top tower.
This should at least be tier 3. Bubbles put down. Arc Warden with the Tempest double, just simply pushing it, puts a Scythe up on Pugna. Gonna try to kill the Nether Ward in the process, but gets disarmed. And they're gonna kill the Tempest double. Well, maybe not gonna get the tier 3 yet. They do have some great counter push. And they're staying spread out, of course, for that Ravage, so that's something. All the stifling daggers! Oracle is dead. Welcome to One Shot. Lamprax with the black hole, the first of the game, and it's exactly what they needed. The Soulbind on top, they're just falling to pieces, and GG is called.
Deleted.
Absolutely, you knew that was coming, and again, Complexity had maybe one team fight left in them to try to see what they can do. It wasn't going to be at that point. All Brax needed was one black hole the whole game.
Very well played. Team continues to look very clean.